So, in some of our songwriting classes or lessons, now this is different if you're at home this week and you're just seeing this and you haven't seen what I've been posting for online students, but you should be able to follow along. So, even if this is brand new, we talked about A minor, writing in A minor. So, if we, like on the piano, if we just played every single note, these are all would be white keys on the piano. Sound like this. And it's a certain minor key. So say I took the first note and the third note and the fifth note. Whoops. I can make a scale. I can make a chord. So that's an A minor chord. I built it up from an A note, which is the dark purple. A, C, E. So let's hear how this sounds. It's the A minor scale going up and then two A minor chords. Right? So let's just hear the first five notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ba-da-da-da-dum. So, okay, now I'm just going to restart. Now, if we take out, certain notes. So if we take out the B, I'm going to spread this out a little bit wider now. We take out the B, and so we go to C. And are we going to have D? Yes, we're going to have a D. For my own reason, I'm going to space these out even more. So we got A, we skip B, we have a C, we have, I'm thinking of a certain song, but I don't want to tell you what it is yet. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and. I think that's it. Okay, so we take out the B and we take out the F. I'm just going to do this so you can hear it. So this is the A minor pentatonic. We took out two notes. So it's really just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're back on purple, which is A. So it's a 5-note. If you think of a pentagon, is a 5-sided shape. A pentatonic scale is a 5-note scale. And certain music and cultures play this. We hear it now in certain kinds of music, like American music now, but a lot of people hear it and they think it sounds like maybe it's from China or Japan, or possibly from another country. I'm going to speed this up. On the piano. So that's the sound of a pentatonic scale. Now the notes that we missed or that we skipped, like the F, on the piano, if we looked at E and F, so this is the F that we skipped. So we skip B, and there's the F. The F, notice there's no black key in between E and F. So they're side by side. We call that a semitone. Same with B and C. And these notes in the scale that have these semitones, they often add a specific color. They're very colorful notes, but sometimes they don't work with a chord that we might be playing. Sometimes they do work and add like a really nice color. So say I play something to hear the chord. Notice how that, if I play all notes in C minor pentatonic and an A minor, not C minor, A minor. Now, but as soon as I play an F, it kind of sticks out, but it sounds nice, but it wants to resolve somewhere else. And the B. Same thing, the B has a very colorful sound to it. and that F. Notice how it really does stick out, but if we take that note out, those notes out, it's easier to create like a nice melody. Okay, now, in this next song, I'm going to show you the G, instead of it being up high, they often go down to the G. Because we can change the order of these notes around. Sorry. Okay, let's hear that again. Now we can kind of hear, it's nice to hear how the A kind of centers it or gives it like a point where we can hear all the other notes and how they're connected to A, because it's an A minor scale, A minor pentatonic. Now in this song, which is called Axel F, or there's a Crazy Frog version of it, it's in the same scale, and we've got A, C, and it has this A as a repeating note. We've got D and E, and that's most of the notes. I'll talk about that one in a second, but mostly the notes in the minor pentatonic, E and G. There's the two notes that stick out that I mentioned are the B, there's one B, and there's one F. So they use it as a way to add some interesting color to this piece of music. So let's listen to it and see if we can pick out where that F and that B are. So you hear that, and next time. So yeah, so often. So sometimes if it's like a spooky theme or like a mysterious TV show or a movie, they might, I'm going to switch the sound here. They might add some of those colorful notes. It might be in a minor key, and then when they want to add tension or color, they play that for example, the F or the B. And then resolve it. And there's our other, because we get these semitones. Between those two notes, right? So if you're trying to write a song, you can think of these notes that I'm talking about, and then when you want to add, you don't have to do it all over the place, but to add like an interesting color, if you could add it at the beginning, you know, there's music, there's no hard and fast rules, but I'm gonna write a melody here, and I'm going to incorporate some of these, the A minor pentatonic and some of these colorful notes that I'm mentioning. Okay, let's see what I got so far. Now, I'm going to slow it down a bit. I don't think it needs to be this fast. I'm going to take some notes out. This is another thing that you can do, is like take notes out if you write something like this, and then see if it gives it more space, or you know, if you like it with some of the notes taken out. Maybe I'll take one of these out here. I like it better now that I've taken some of the notes out and given it a little bit more space. Sometimes we hear musicians or composers say it breathes better. Imagine you had to sing this. You would want to have spots where you could take a breath. So if there's just a constant stream of notes and no spaces in between them, those are rests, and it's also a space to breathe. Either if you're singing or playing like flute or some other wind instrument where you have to use your breath. Now, because I've also talked a lot about repetition and thinking of a phrase and then repeating it, at that point, I would want to repeat something because I haven't really repeated much of anything in what I've done here. So I would go and repeat something that I've done to give it something that makes it predictable, because you want music to be both predictable but at times surprising. I'm going to make this, where's my cursor? Predictable because we like to hear things that sound familiar, but also surprising because we like surprises. And we don't want everything to be exactly the same all the time. I think it needs a little bit of space here, so I'm going to take that A out. Now, since I'm hearing this and I'm like, well, what? I want to repeat this. Now I want to go to one note higher than E, to that colorful note. Now I think this would be a nice time to go down to... Am I running this? Hold on. Okay, and then I just added this in here. So let's hear what this sounds like now. Maybe even repeat this again. Whoops. And again, like a repeating of these three notes, coming back to that A. Let's hear, we've got the whole thing now. Now, it's not exactly the most, it is kind of unusual a bit in where I've placed some of the rhythms and whatnot. It'd be hard, it might be somewhat challenging to play this on an instrument because it isn't, like I said earlier, music often is repetitive, or we hear things that we've heard before. It's not quite following that. Let's hear it one more time. I didn't quite get the sound that I was hearing in my head at the last part. I think that's all I wanted, was that, and then some space. Last one. Okay, that's better, I think. Okay, so that's the end. So just some ideas, and in your songwriting, you can try and incorporate some of these ideas. Sorry, guys, that video went on a little bit longer than maybe it needed to. But the A minor scale and those colorful notes, B and F, and incorporating them. There's some more B's in here. And there's that F that I put in there when I wanted to go higher. So just thinking about that, where you can play off of those notes and add some interesting sounds and colors in your melody.